Welcome to the North American Flyball Association Instructional Training Series. In this video, we'll review the basics of measuring dogs. Measuring is covered in Chapter 4 of the NAFA Rulebook. In this video, we'll show the process from start to finish. First, we'll go through setting up and calibrating the wicket. We'll discuss the correct positioning of a dog for measuring, and then we'll see a few dogs who aren't standing correctly and explain why. The first step in measuring is setting up the wicket. You'll need to look for a level, appropriate measuring surface. Before you measure any dogs, you'll need to make sure that the wicket is calibrated to ensure an accurate measurement. On the base of each of the legs of the wicket is a screw that can be adjusted to make sure that the wicket is level. There's also a screw on the bottom of the measuring pole that can be adjusted. An easy way to calibrate is to use a 9-inch level. This level can be used to make sure that the wicket is as level as possible and also be used to ensure the wicket is accurately reading the measurement. You should check the measurement at various locations within the range of the wicket to make sure that you have an accurate reading no matter where the dog is standing. If you need to move the wicket for any reason, you'll need to calibrate it again. Some judges tape down the wicket so it isn't inadvertently bumped or knocked. Tape or other marks can also be placed on the ground to show where the wicket was when it was calibrated. If the judge determines that an appropriate measuring surface is not available, measuring is for the tournament only and not for any height card applications. Measurements are to be open for public observation. Only one handler per dog shall be allowed in the measuring area. The regional director or their designee must be present for all measuring. If the measuring judge is also the regional director, then an acting regional director must be appointed for measuring. Heights are to be recorded by the regional director on the C9 form. The information that is recorded on that form, team, dog's name, breed, CRN, height at the withers, and the dog's jump height. The completed form is then signed by both the regional director and the judge and is then posted for viewing by tournament participants. The correct stand is defined in the rulebook in Chapter 4 under subsection E and in Illustration 4.1. The front legs will be vertical with the paws directly below the shoulders. Back legs should be positioned with the hocks perpendicular to the ground and spread no wider than the width of the dog. The dog's entire head is to be in an upright position above the level of the withers. The handler may steady the dog if necessary, but shall not physically support the dog during the measuring process. Examples of appropriate stands are included in Illustration 4.1. When the dog is standing appropriately, you'll need to identify where the dog's withers are. The measurement is taken from the top portion of the withers. The requirements of the stand are the same for each dog and take into consideration their individual conformation and angulation. Even if a dog naturally stands in a way that is different from the measuring stance, they should be placed in the measuring stance to obtain the measurement. For example, some dogs will be stretched out further in the back than others to ensure that their hocks are perpendicular to the ground. All dogs' heads should be completely above the withers. In this case, the dog's front legs are not vertical and the dog's paws are not directly below the shoulders. You'll also see that the dog's head is not completely above the withers for much of the stand. In this case, you'll see again that the dog's head is not completely above the withers. In this stand, the dog's head is not completely above the withers, and the dog's front legs are not vertical, and the paws are not directly beneath the shoulders. In this case, the dog's hind legs, the hocks are not perpendicular to the ground, and also you'll see that the dog's head is not completely above the withers. A dog that is not measurable will jump the maximum allowable height. A dog who refuses to stand still, or refuses to stand in an appropriate measuring stance, which results in the measuring judge being unable to take an accurate measurement, might be found to be not measurable. At any time before a final measurement is taken and committed to paper, a handler may walk away and the dog will be treated as if it had not been presented for measuring. Aggression excusals may also occur during measuring. The dog may be measured up to 3 times. The lowest measurement will be the dog's recorded height for that tournament. Dogs must be presented in an acceptable stand within a reasonable period of time, not to exceed 5 minutes per attempt. There is no requirement that a dog be measured unless a height challenge is called. Judges who are measuring a dog for a height challenge should stop all racing while they are measuring the dog to ensure a fair and accurate measurement. We hope this video has given you a better understanding of the measuring process and the rules that apply to measuring dogs. For more information, refer to the NAFA Rulebook, which is available on the NAFA webpage at www.flyball.org.